This morning I had the grand idea of riding the exercise bike that my family keeps in the basement while playing some old school on mobile. And I figured rather than just playing RuneScape, I could record some clips of me playing to put onto the channel because I was planning on putting some RuneScape content up anyway. And yeah, I've already got a screen recorder set up. It should be easy enough to just plug and play. I figured that the sound of the bike would be the issue in the videos, but as it turns out, the game's volume is actually far worse than the sound of the exercise bike itself. And I spent about an hour working out, and I'm pretty sure I only have like 3 minutes worth of clips where I didn't have the in-game music playing. So we'll see how much I can salvage out of that. I don't know. Can't carry any more fish. So I decided that while getting some morning exercise in, I play some old school. Alright, so I'm definitely going to be clipping this video because this is going to be boring and I'm sure that the bike is terrible to listen to. Guess age. How old are you? 46 minutes. Alright, so I guess that's going to be my goal, is to have a cat before I'm done pedaling away here. Purr, purr. Let's see. Haven't played too much Old School RS Mobile. It came out while I was working last summer, and I thought, man, this is great. It's something for me to do on my phone in the office that I could just quickly pocket. And I played a little like that, but mostly just woodcutting and fletching. Could have been doing fishing that whole time, but I never really got into Old School. I mean, I have an account, but I'm severely behind on the number of quests that I have done because I've played RS3 for the bulk of my RuneScape career. Maxed, by the way. I'm not a fan of their microtransaction system either, don't get me wrong. It's a drag to start from scratch again. At the same time, it's a nice nostalgic experience. When Old School came out, it wasn't something I was interested in, so I've always been kinda behind on it. Slowly but surely, the account levels up, mostly because Old School Mobile is a lot more stable than the RS3 Mobile, which I'm also in the beta on. I think that's still in beta. I just don't feel like playing RS3 on my phone. Too many files. This has got to be the worst way to do a first video for RuneScape. Or maybe the best way. I don't know. Probably the healthiest way. I don't know, can you do a healthier RuneScape video than exercising the entire time that you're playing? I'm not sure. So I've been playing RuneScape casually since when I was like 8. So this account's got to be close to, if it's not already, 15 years old. Which means I still have a login using my original username, which has been changed several times since, but yeah, still logging in with the OG username instead of with an email address, if that helps date the account for any of you. Currently, we're just raising our kitten into a cat so that I could do the quests that require a cat. I believe Desert Treasure requires McFarlane's Little Helper, which I think is a cat quest. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've had to do these. Desert Treasure. Temple of Ikov. Fishing is a relatively easy way to raise your cat. Rat catchers. Recipe for Disaster, I think, needs the Hellcat for Evil Dave. Still needs to do Monkey Madness, Recipe for Disaster, Desert Treasure, Lunar Diplomacy, and Dream Mentor. A whole bunch of stuff. I kind of started it with the intention of just making a main account, but I realized that my defense was low enough that I could still make it a piety account, I think. I think it's low enough that I could successfully create a piety pure without surpassing that defense requirement. So, I know that I'm not 3-ticking here, I'm kind of just AFKing at the barbarian fishing spot. But, to my knowledge, it's still the best experience rates for fishing. Pretty sure it's still the best experience rates for fishing in RS3, too, until you get up to, like... Oh no, they added the whole deep-sea fishing thing. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it's still the best old school experience rates for fishing. It's also just easy enough to AFK. You could stay up here forever because the fish that you catch become their own bait. As you cut them up, they give you offcuts as well as roe and or caviar, depending on what you're catching. That one was nothing, that one was nothing, nothing. There's roe and offcuts, and that the offcuts will get prioritized over your feathers, and then the roe will get used up last, but it will get used if you have no feathers or offcuts left. And people just drop stuff here all the time, so you can cut up other people's stuff and you have unlimited bait. Might not be worth your time to cut up all the bait, but it's nice that you could just kind of do the activity pretty mindlessly, fill up an inventory, chop up the stuff. According to the bike I'm on, I have been down here about 50 minutes and traveled 9.3 miles. My kitten has grown up into a cat, which means I can now go do the rat catching quests and other cat-related quests of the game. I don't really have an excuse to continue slacking on those anymore, but at least I have the cat and I got a workout in today. I'm still pedaling away. I'm gonna push for 10 miles, I guess. But, yeah. We're good to go. We got the cat. Let's move him down here. Out of the way. Out of the way. And I guess we're just going to wait until we're out of stuff. Because eventually you do run out of stuff. It just takes a long time. Wait until I'm out of stuff, or I hit 10 miles, or I hit an hour, and we'll be done. Cat quests. Monkey Madness needs to get done so that I could get a dragon scimitar. I've been holding off on getting any more attack XP or defense XP until I have done Monkey Madness and claimed the rewards for both the attack and defense XP. As I said, we're trying to maintain a slightly lower defense level so that we could go get piety in the grand scheme of things, and also questcape, but not too much higher defense. We don't really want a maxed main on Old School right away. I'd like there to be some degree of ability to PK, because maxed mains, the only thing you could really fight are other maxed mains. I'm not a fan of their mobile. I'm not a fan of their microtransaction system either, don't get me wrong.